this is interesting. This came out of nowhere. Out of left field, story drops that Daniel Cormier privately had COVID-19 as he was preparing for Stipe. And Daniel came out and said, yeah, it did affect the preparation. You got to lay low and not feeling so great. Stay away from everybody. But it's not an excuse for the fight. End of story. Hard stop, ends right there. Well, no, let's not end it right there because there's something on this. You're speaking to a championship mindset, right? And whoever loses in a match is always the one that comes out and tells their side of it, what bothered them. But whoever wins the match doesn't do that. But we all know that whoever won the match also had problems. I mean, you just do, right? Nothing smooth. Imagine how good you're going to feel when you're going in every single day and punching and kicking somebody who's punching and kicking you back. I mean, just by example, you see where problems are going to arise. Not to mention whatever else you have going on in life, but not to mention we're in a pandemic in all fairness. Okay. I want to use this, though, as an opportunity to correct a story that has been told, retold, and mistold from the beginning about Daniel Cormier as it pertains to a championship mindset and as it pertains to the 2008 Olympic Games. The story that was around initially was that Daniel Cormier failed to make weight. And that is why he was not in the Olympic Games. That is not true at all. At that time, there was something called a blind draw. That is how the brackets were formed. There was no seeding. If you were the world champion from the previous year, you and whoever you had in the world finals the previous year could meet up in the very first round. They did not seed them. That's wrong, but that's the way it was. I offer that to you because when Daniel Cormier got onto the scale, he steps off the scale per the protocols of wrestling in 2008, and he literally reaches into a box. A box is right there. He reaches in and he pulls out a ball. That ball, and you can compare this to maybe you've seen like the lotto drawings in your home state where the balls are bouncing around and one sucks and they pull it out. And whatever number is on the ball is the number. That's how they did the bracket. If he pulls out a number 13, by example, of all the spots on the bracket, and there's 24 for the Olympic, he goes on the line number 13. Whoever comes in line number 12 and 2 and 12, that's how they did it. It was called a blind draw. And I only bring that up because Daniel Cormier did make weight, made the agreed upon weight of 96 kilograms, also known as 211 pounds, and he even did the draw, and he was put into the bracket. Somewhere between them and the following day, he ends up in the hospital. He was having a kidney issue because of the weight cut. He tried to get out of that hospital bed to show up for the tournament. He did everything that he could. He was in tears when he was informed that they would not allow him to do that. I bring you that story, one, to correct a story that has been mistold. Daniel did not miss weight. He has never missed weight. But I also to speak to the championship mindset. Many people, when they found out about the COVID, said, my goodness, how could he go on? It was 5 weeks before the fight. They said, how could he go on? His camp was interrupted in the middle of a pandemic. How could he find the mental toughness to go on? It's a very fair question. That does require some toughness. Absolutely. He tried to get out of a hospital bed to go to a tournament the day of the tournament. So the fact that he overcame the biggest pandemic that I've ever lived through, I think I speak for all of us, and had 5 weeks to do it in the world of Daniel Cormier, it's a big deal.